Hi, this video will walk you through the SmartSheet project plan template that was created to facilitate a more streamlined management of large and complex projects. To access this template, the first thing you'll need to do is log into SmartSheet. And SmartSheet's going to bring you to this page right here. This is your home page. But to find the project plan template, we're going to go ahead and come over here to this folder icon. This is our browse section of SmartSheet. And as you can see, we have right here under workspaces, OTP internal projects. This is where we're going to find the project template folder, as you can see right here. And we're going to go ahead and right click on the project template folder. And we're going to want to save this whole folder as new. And you're going to want to rename it to your project and go ahead and save that within the workspace. And as you can see, there's a multitude of different templates that you could utilize for your project. And the reason that we want you to save the whole project template folder as new is because once you fill out your project plan, it pulls the metadata into things like your dashboard. I go through the phases of the project plan and other things that are associated with it. One of the most important things that you need to do is go ahead and click on one of these columns and right click. So I just went onto the task name and right clicked. From there, we're going to go into the edit project settings. And you don't really need to worry about, changing most of these settings as they're already pre-filled for you. But what we are going to focus on in this settings portion is the working days section. We're going to go ahead and edit this. So these are your working days. We already have selected the 5 typical work days, Monday through Friday. But if that changes, you can go ahead and, select or deselect days as needed. We already have the length of the typical workday, which is 8 hours inputted, but you can go ahead and change this if need be. And then the most important section of the working days settings is this non-working days section right down here. So you're going to want to identify the days that you're not going to be working during your project timeline. So this, for example, would be vacations, holidays, anything that falls in your project timeline. You're going to want to input those here. As you can see from the little blurb here, you can type or paste the dates separated by commas as they have in the example, or you can come over to the actual calendar and select from there. But make sure that any days that you or any of your team members are not going to be working, make sure those are inputted here. We're going to go ahead and click OK and OK again, and that is our project settings. So now I'm going to go through the project plan. So as you can see, the project plan is comprised of 4 phases. The first phase is the planning phase. So in this phase, you're going to want to input tasks such as a project kickoff, announcements, setting up meetings for your team members, and creating a project charter. If you'd like to learn more about creating a project charter, please check out our resource center. There's some excellent information there. The second phase of the project plan is the execution phase. So in the execution phase, here is where you're going to input all of the tasks that need to be completed to fulfill the project. The third phase of the project plan is the monitoring phase. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys an example of another project we're working on. And as you can see, our monitoring phase right here is quite literally us monitoring and updating our processes that we've put into place. The fourth and final phase of the project plan is the closing phase. So this is where you're going to be presenting the deliverables of the project, maybe doing a lesson to learn, tying up all of those loose ends to close out your project. Just keep in mind, though, that each project is unique, so your phases and the amount of phases that your project may have will respectively change based on how big or small your project is. And the ones I've just described to you are the basic identified 4 phases of the project plan, but you could potentially have more or less or different types of phases.